Good evening. I will be exploring the concept of my white paper this evening, which is about diversity. And the main context is that diversity is not just about the business case, it's not about the bottom line, but it is about doing the right thing. And where my research took me in this topic. So, for decades, we have known that our population is ever growing, and with immigrants, with people that are of all nationalities, all backgrounds, and more diverse population is entering the workforce. In fact, by 2050, it is estimated that 50% of the workforce will be Caucasian and 50% of the workforce will be of what is considered a minority population. And so then in a lot of ways, as you look at that growth, the Caucasian population is going to go down and the minority population is going to go up. So in a sense, we're going to come as a cross, as an X. And eventually we will have more of what's considered a diverse workforce. So in that, companies have been spending millions of dollars to do diversity training and diversity and inclusion. But my research pointed me to the fact that only about a third of those diversity trainings are actually effective. So in my exploration, some of the reasons that I found that it's not effective is one, just the lack of acknowledging the history of our country and the fact that we have not had positive outcomes for a lot of diverse populations. And ignoring that fact in the workplace and not addressing it in a transparent yet empathetic, not blaming, not judging, but just acknowledging that fact can really hurt the process of trying to be diverse. And it's not just about diverse, but the research and what I learned was that it's about inclusion. That you can't just have people that are sitting there. You have to be willing to accept their thoughts, accept everyone's feedback, and be willing to include, to foster the creativity, the innovation that all different types of people have to offer. And so with that, some of the benefits of diversity inclusion are increase in morale, trust, loyalty, and ultimately you're looking at what's called organizational citizenship behavior, where people are willing to go above and beyond without an expectation of pay, without an expectation of reward. So in some respects, they're maybe volunteering some extra time because they feel like their company is loyal to them, so they're going to be loyal to their company. So as organizational citizenship behavior increases, or OCB increases, then ultimately the bottom line is going to be impacted and be positive. However, the flip side of that is if you look at the negative side of the lack of an effective implementation of any type of diversity and inclusion, then you're looking at minimum stereotypes, bullying, at the most discrimination, racism, and so that's going to impact ultimately the bottom line. But then companies are at risk for lawsuits and at risk for turnover, low morale, lack of productivity, just everything that goes with an employee being disgruntled and not being accepted. And for some populations, the impact, as we saw in our bullying paper, white paper, just the mental health aspect that comes along with that. And really, again, diversity and inclusion and doing it effectively is about doing what's right, and that the company has to truly demonstrate the heart of the matter, that they care, that they're doing it not just because they're told to, that it's a reaction, or they, if they don't have a diverse population, then maybe people won't want to come work for them. If it's not genuine, it's going to be identified at some point, and then there's still going to be challenges. And one of the ways that to overcome that is really about having compassion and empathy, and being able to come from, again, the heart of the matter.